gentlemen, as everyone got their voices added to the stream. Reggie, focus, focus.
Don't
Reggie.
you worry about it. Look, Simba, everything the light touches is mine. But it will be mine one day, right, Dad? Honestly, I will still be in my prime when your balls drop, and I'll either kill you or banish you from my territory after your inevitable and pathetic coup attempt.
Damn. Rough but true. It's accurate. All right, so in the last session, is everybody here?
Yep.
All right, Steven playing Grim. Spinal is BJ. It's not his name. What do I always want to call you, BJ? Bjorn. Reggie is Good. 2-5 Gronjar. Okay. Just making sure it's got it straight in my mind. Always forget your character names. All right, so you guys were leaving the palace and heading towards the tavern last time. And you see a whole bunch of signs. There are high stone walls and have you seen King's Landing in Game of Thrones? It's very similar to that. Walking through this city. High stone walls basically everywhere you go, creating little alleyways and windows to shops and the upper levels of merchants' houses where they basically deal with their high level stuff, craft their high level things, whatever they are, in their profession and trade, and they live there. And a big portion of what happens inside the city are these large merchant villas that just basically fill the entire space. But you guys are following signs, and even on these signs, you know, a difference you see versus Boblia's Kingdom, signs to the tavern, they're actually spelled out, the Drunken Jouster. There's still a picture of a jouster who's obviously like teetering off his horse, and his lance is trailing on the ground. You know, because most people are illiterate. Most people wouldn't be able to read it. So you have signs here that have very fancy script, and you know, Drunken Jouster this way. So you guys head that way. Do you happen to go back and get the wagon, or basically leave it on the side of the road where you came in? It was just basically a temporary spot. It is not a stable for the night or anything like that.
Then we'll get the wagon and...
Yeah, it was just, you know,
Like, if
it
we're
was
going
be
to be
our
staying at
equivalent
the
to like
Drunken
15-foot
Jouster,
park.
then yeah, we'll take it
Yeah.
there and get it boarded up for the night.
Yeah, if it was here, it'd be something like, you know, 15-minute parking outside the courthouse, something like that. Well, like an hour parking, not 15. So it's not meant to be all day.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to attempt to disguise Tisk? And how do those rules work? Reggie has a very good disguise. If he was going to make Tisk look human, does he get to use his own disguise bonus towards human for that?
Because Tisk
is a
kobold.
goblin.
Oh, a goblin.
Yeah. Stuart's the kobold.
Yeah.
Sure, but it might raise questions.
Or you just tie a rope around his waist and somebody can have the rope.
Actually, if you... Yeah, he wants to go. Definitely wants to go with you guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You guys follow the cobbled streets and the very nice, well-maintained, you know, the shopkeepers, all the windows with their perfect little shutters and nice flowers and creeping vines and lattices, up past the high walls of the street. Something like 8 to 10 feet stone siding that make these pathways that go through the inner belly of the street. So you're heading that way, and you pass a well out front. Looks to be a pretty well used well. And then you see the front of the establishment. There's a few people hanging out front. They look peasantish. They're, rather boisterous, just yet, talking kind of loud to each other. And someone opens the front door. It's a big guy. And it's a man carrying a stick. And the stick has a bunch of bushels and leaves tied to it, and they're all soaking wet. And he hangs it up front, so it's sticking out, and the people out there, oh, fresh brew, and they're like, oh, come on, you guys, let's get another one, So they head in the doors.
Wait, what? Fresh what?
Fresh brew.
Oh, okay.
So you probably know this. I had to learn this recently, but in a medieval setting, the tavern brewmaster will hang the bush pole out in front. This is what he uses to stir the fermenting brew, and when it's done and they have a fresh pint, or fresh big
Barrel.
brew for pints, sure, barrel, more than a barrel out. He's going to fill barrels up with this.
Oh, yeah.
Then they hang the sodden bush pole out front, and then people know, like, it's very fresh. Like, if it's dried out, then it's kind of an old brew, but this is like a fresh, wet, sodden pole dripping. And people are pretty excited. There are passers-by that see it, and they start moving that way. Men and women alike. You hear some music starting to play up in the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Interactions, please. Yeah, I'm just gonna go in and sit down somewhere. First open, fine.
You open the door.
Yeah.
This tired little girl in a blue dress. You can tell she's been scrubbing. She's got a stick and like a little hand broom with really thick. It's covered in mud, and she knocks them together and looks up at you.
Okay, I'm just gonna nod to her and go take a seat somewhere.
Come back here.
Okay, I'll turn around, look at her, go, is there a problem?
She points down to your feet. Like, yeah, you've got horse shit all over you. This girl's like 10. Let me get the crap off your shoes, please. And then you hear a voice from the kitchen. Drew! We're shorthanded. We need some help. And you see her face gets visibly red. She's like, mm. She sets him down and gets up real fast and like grabs a big clump of straw and just like throws it at your feet and stomps out. She's been really trying to keep this place clean.
Okay.
People tromp all kinds of shit in here.
Having been me being used to walking around barefoot, I'm just gonna go ahead and take off my shoes and then put them outside the building and then just walk back in.
Yeah. To everybody else that steps in, it smells like unwashed bodies, stale brew, smoke, and some kind of stew that maybe burned stew, like it's old. There's a burned bread smell. Like, it's not, to everybody else, it's not the greatest smell in the world. To Reggie, it smells like you just stepped into a breakfast. You smell a rat everywhere.
I smell rat everywhere.
Yes, this place is infested. You smell it all over the place. So I sent a picture.
Yep.
Um,
Xbox.
it's on the Xbox,
Xbox
picture.
group.
The yeah. So there's basically all the tables are full at the moment. There's only one. Yeah. The bear rug is like a stage slash fireplace. Right now, it's being used as a stage. Oh yeah. That's the entrance. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got a
So
little bear rug and a big bear rug. The big bear rug is
yeah,
where the
sorry.
entrance is.
Yeah. So yeah, all these tables are full. You see back there. There's a long table made for like families and gatherings, and it's empty except for one girl is up there. She seems to be playing like solitaire or some kind of card game by herself. You can't really tell right now. But yeah, the whole place is hustling and bustling. There's all kinds of stuff going on. People of all types. The singer is beginning to set up, and she's got a guitarist with her. He's tuning. What do you guys want to do? Alrighty. He smiles real big as you come up. John's me name, John. He tries to shake your hand. He said, I have to play tonight, sir. I have to play tonight. It's nice to meet you, though. God, you're strong. Have you been adventuring much? Oh yeah, the bear and the maiden fair. That's one of your family's favorites. Yeah. Yeah, his eyes get all big. He's like, yes, absolutely. And the girl, yeah, the girl starts clearing her throat and a bear, all covered in hair. It's a raunchy song about a maiden who, yeah, the bear and the maiden fair. Yeah, it's a raunchy song, and it's about your family and how people say you guys were descended from bears and you got it in your veins. And your family loves that song. Nice. You hear a little bit of a cheer come up. You hear a little bit of a cheer come up.
I'll take him up on that.
And a lot of the guys are looking around to see you, and you get quite a few stares. People in peasant hats and big beards, and you can tell these are worker men and craftsmen and other things of the trade, blacksmiths and whatnot. They're not adventurers, but it looks like they're curious about you. You see a few of them like eyeballing you, not in like an intimidating way. Like you have a little emblem, a pin that you put on sometimes. Okay. So yeah, there's one big table up there, and that seems to be empty except for one girl. Like that's really the only place that'll hold the group. But there is a girl up there by herself.
Yes, I am going up there and grabbing a brew along the way. 2 brews, one for me, one for her.
You hear people talking about different stuff, and roll me a listen check. See if anybody can beat a 17 listen check.
Getting my dice out. All the useless checks to roll a natural 20 on.
A bear all covered in hair. gets a gaudy, high-pitched part of the song rings through the din. Oh, nice. Okay. As you guys are walking through, you hear
Probably
a
don't
hushed
hear it.
conversation that for just a moment gets a little louder between two men. They look like ranchers, but you know, well-to-do ranchers for all that. Like they're dressed as cowboys, but you can tell their things are a bit finer. And just for a moment, they speak in raised tones about these damn orcs, and they have a ton more cattle. Not sure where it's all come from. Might have come from that kingdom what was raided, you know, and they're not sure what to do about this. But they're having a conversation about the orcs and all the cattle. And you said you got a 19? Let's see. The Masonry Guild. You hear two people that look like builders, and they have mason and cement and things and building materials all caked around their fingers and on their boots too, and looks like dudes from a construction place even now. You know, the same kind of build and same way they carry themselves, and the same sort of cement on their shoes and dirty hands. Staying safe.
Yeah, we're just waiting to get.
This is just a tavern and little side thing. Yeah, and you know about these. You might roll an intelligence check for me, Spinal. See if your character would put two and two together. You think it's interesting because you know, you were the noble bastard for a place out in the country of this kingdom, of your kingdom, that basically had a lot of cows. And you're thinking, huh, that's interesting. The orcs have a lot of cows. You know, we used to have a lot of cows. That's interesting, and that's basically as far as your mind took that. Yeah, we had cows. Yeah, cows are cool. Yep.
Cows go moo.
They just both look at you like, yeah, that's nice. Who are you? From these lands. What lands? Are you from around here? They look you up and down and see the pin. Like, no, surely you're not a... You from... Wait, what do we call this? Valderheim? Is that what you named it? You're not one of those from Valderheim. We heard they wiped all you out. And you just bought me a drink? I should be buying you a drink. We thought all the Bjorns were dead. They're just kind of looking amazed at you, like eyeing you up and down, looking at the pin. You can tell a couple of them there don't believe you. You can see it in their face. Well, it's nice to meet you. As you start to turn away, he's like, so what about your cattle? Yeah. The Bjorns were The Ornhilders were famous for their cattle. One of them is an older guy. Speaks up. You know, he takes his hat off and raises his head up, looks at you. He's like older, looks like Sam Elliott, handlebar mustache, but definitely not like the mustache men. It's like, the Ornhilders are known for their cattle. Had it for 1,000 years. Well, he spits. Might be I exaggerated that. But a damn near long time. Somebody needs to get them cattle back, don't you think? He's looking at you. He reaches across the thing and shake your hand. Like, name's Hammer. Hammer Jackman. Tell them why they call you Hammer. He spits. Not today. So they're just kind of go back to their conversation. They're just talking about cattle, and if you are you asking him that? Our cattle's fine. But what we heard is after they killed all you folks in Valderheim, they run up and took all your cattle and drove them south. He looks at you, he's like, you know that was your family's greatest assets for at least 20 generations. You the bastard, ain't you? That's why they left him, another one said. Ain't nobody care about killing no bastard. I should know. He looks at you, he's like, I should know. Don't nobody give a damn about us. Yeah. Do you have gather information? Roll me just a charisma check. $11. The old guy is like, look, I like you. Remind me of my grandson. Don't want to see nothing bad happen to you. Don't you go down to Orktown by yourself, or even with them bunch of yuppies you got up there at your table. And definitely don't take Rana with you. Good God, she's got enough
calling
problems.
a yuppie.
But yeah, he nods up to the table, and you look up there, and part of your group is beginning to sit down at the big table with the girl playing cards. One of them starts to get up, and the other dude holds him back. Courage. Anybody else do or say anything right now?
Well,
I've got an idea of something
I
I want
would
to do, but
go
I'm still forming it
with
in my
the
head.
girl, I remember I went and brought her a mug of drink.
I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Wait, what? I missed
That
that.
girl
What-
that was
what is
playing
he trying-
solitaire, he was bringing her a beer.
I
Oh,
thought that was-
okay. All
I
right.
thought it was a girl. I thought it was a girl.
No.
Like-
You're fine. No, you're fine. The girl who
Like,
the
what
girl who answered the door was 10. She was a 10-year-old named Jen.
Yeah.
This girl No, no, no. I didn't say little. That she is a girl. She's wearing a very skimpy top. Um, she's got traveler's pants on with a very skimpy top. She's looks all ready to be in her cups. And as you go over there and hand her one, she looks at you. She's a good looking woman, young woman. She says, "Thanks. The cards told me, but I really didn't believe it." And she downs it in one drink, one gulp, and like tosses it aside. It breaks in the corner. She just tosses it casually and it breaks. And then she picks up like a small barrel that she has beside her that's over halfway empty. And she picks the whole thing up and slams it back down.
I down the alcohol myself and sit with her.
She says, "So, what's your name? I don't think it's Hangman, but that was your card."
Grimmel. Grimmel.
Gribbled. That's kind of depressing. And she burps really loud. She puts her cards together and shuffles them and starts dealing them back out again.
Well, I had a grim past.
She's
That's
looking
even more
at you.
depressing.
She's looking at you, but still just like casually throwing her cards out. She turns one and turns the other, and she's throwing a couple more out. Anything you want to say?
What's with the cards?
I'm trying to learn magic, if you must know. I was not accepted at the academy, the school, whatever you want to call it. She burps again. For personal reasons. I think the headmaster just doesn't like me, to be honest. I've got some natural gifts, but I can't really control them. She flips another card down. She says, no, not you, your friend, this one, and she points to Tisk. It's like, you are going to be needed soon. She flips another card over. Flips another card. And right then, the cook starts yelling in the kitchen about something about too many people are still hungry, not enough leftovers, something about rats and the supplies, and he quits. And like you hear the cook storm out. And Tisk gets this look in his face, and stands up, pulls off his little disguise, and marches into the kitchen. And you hear a scream. You hear one short shriek, ah, like that, and then it very much seems as though the kitchen is like in full swing, like shortly after that. And then like 25 minutes later, pizzas start coming out of the kitchen for patrons to eat. So in this intervening time, like while he's in there, like what are you guys going to be doing?
Getting drunk.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And yeah,
that's-
I'll order like a couple of beers and some food, which will probably apparently take like 30 minutes to get there. I want to speak to the manager. No.
From what I remember, wouldn't that be quite a journey to that town? Possibly several days.
Yeah, and aren't we here to bring the prince and everything in that trunk?
So
Don't
I,
get
I
me
don't
wrong.
know.
I have
It was
no
only about that
problem.
far on the map, and hold his fingers out like a few inches apart from each other.
I have no problem retrieving the bovine, but we should probably complete this first. As I kind of move my arms around to this, like move my hand in a small circle around this town.
Oh yeah, are the prince and princess still with us?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's what I
they're
was saying. That's what I was saying.
they're actually they were sitting at the table with you, like sitting very close to each other, watching the girl. But you're looking around now and you don't see them.
That's
Oh
fine.
shit.
Yeah.
We brought them here.
No, it
Yeah,
ain't a favor. We're getting paid for this shit.
we just brought
Yeah,
them
for
here.
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe run away again.
Maybe they're just looking for a quiet place to fuck around.
You see a very
Yeah,
drunk
well-
patron stumble out the door. Very, very drunk. People have left, but this is remarkable, so I'm going to remark on it. Just a patron stumbling very, very drunkenly out the door, like he's trashed, and he's like almost at a 45-degree angle, trying to walk. And he does make it out the door. And then out there for like after maybe 20 seconds, you hear, "Ah!" That's all you hear.
I'm gonna go take a leak. I'll be back. I'm gonna head outside to take a leak.
Oh, in the game? I thought you meant IRL.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you go out front.
I'm
Yeah.
You don't see anything. So there's the there's the brew stick is a little drier now. The streets are pretty clear. There's
I'm
the
gonna-
well out front to the left. There's not really much going on right now.
I'm gonna go to the people that are working this place, possibly somebody behind a counter or whoever. Yeah. And is the person still singing on stage?
Yeah, the Bear and the Maiden Fair ended quite a while ago, but
Okay.
they have plenty of good songs, and they're getting the people riled up, and you see a few of the patrons are starting to move back a couple of the tables to create a small dance space.
Okay. Oh. Oh fuck
Ooh.
no! I've got a plan.
The royalty. Well,
All right,
got
I
a plan
mean,
for myself
if we,
anyway.
you do what you want to do. I'm just saying this is just a nice little side thing, It's the good old-fashioned tavern episode. Do what you want to do. There's a lot going on. Well, you see the job board. It's over on the wall. Like, so if you're sitting at the table, looking towards the entrance and the stage will be on your right, and then the wall right there to the left. There's a job board, and also a listing like a menu, and so there's listings for breakfast, for supper, for mending, for stables. For leftovers, evening leftovers. They specifically state that they would rather have no food in the evening rather than throw food away. So make your orders early, reserve, if you want dinners and things. Otherwise, it's gonna be expensive if you come in late and order food. But they have this basically big menu for anything you can want. They'll wash them in your clothes. They'll wash and stable your horse and like anything and everything. They even make their own plates, mugs, chairs. And right as you're reading this, that they make their own stuff, you hear somebody break a plate, and you look over and there's these two dudes standing there. One just smashed a plate over the other one's head. The other one grabs a mug, smashes it over the other guy's head, and they go back and forth, one after the other after the other. And as soon as the sixth blow is landed from the first guy, he smashes a chair over the other guy, and then he goes down. He's knocked out. It's like, yeah! And then all the broken things are taken by the girls into the back, and you hear some like hammering and things, and like immediately like repairing the chairs.
Alright.
So how did everybody, like the other patrons, react when they started this brawl?
Kind of just gave them some space.
Shit, is there any betting going on?
I'm going to ask the people that are working this place if
You're not sure.
just anybody can use the stage.
They
Oh yeah. It's majorly useless, but this is gonna be fun. At least for me.
anybody. Well, hell, late in the evening, you just wait. This'll be a shock for you. You never been in a big city tavern, have you?
This is certainly my first time in a place of this size.
He looks around. He says, I'm pretty sure we have at least 5 other musicians. And as soon as they're done with their dinner, and he looks back at the goblin, in the kitchen, and wipes his brow a little bit. He says, look, these pizzas are delicious. Don't tell nobody who's back there cooking them, all right? I know he's your friend. But as soon as all these musicians are done eating and get in their cups a little bit, I imagine that stage will be full. You can get up there and join them.
Well, I don't necessarily want to sing. I just wish to address your patrons.
There is
Oh,
no
Lord, she's gonna
soliciting
start
on these
preaching
premises.
again.
I don't mind telling you, we love business, and there's a business board over there. You can put your card and your credentials, and if people want to check it out, they will check it out. But you don't go selling nothing here, all right?
Oh, I'm not selling.
And that goes,
You're selling religion.
and that goes for praying and such too. We don't sell faith here neither.
Ah, damn it. Not an hour. I just wanted to talk about, what's going on. Alright. Alright, well, thank you for your time.
That gives you nods. Enjoy your evening. He goes back
Okay.
to cleaning some of the stuff he still has and pulling out pewter mugs and bowls, stuff that to replace the things that were just broke. And you can tell like they make this stuff in-house. It's pretty cheaply made. If they didn't do this, they'd be out a fortune. But it just so happens to add to the atmosphere. It's like this is why people come here. 2-5, you don't know if anybody is gambling. Roll a gather information check or something, maybe a listen or spot. Give me something.
Okay. Pretty sure I've got Jack and or shit for gather information check, but let me make sure.
It's whatever would be relevant for what however you're trying to figure out that this is going on.
Come on, Myth Weavers.
that's really drunk asks for an encore with the bear in Maiden Fair. And you can tell that the singer, like, she really doesn't want to have to do it, but she does anyway. A bear all covered in hair. It's really a silly
So,
song.
like, I didn't see anything.
The streets were completely empty. Like, you didn't even see any passersby. Like, the only thing out there is the well that you passed by on the way in.
There's no outhouse.
This place is inside.
What?
Yep.
We just thought you were being. It's a big city kind of deal. You know,
Yeah, there's plenty.
not some hillbilly bullshit. This ain't no redneck shit.
This place has a masonry guild. And a lot of thought and engineering has been put into the way this whole city is designed. Think of it like Rome. It's very similar to, or King's Landing, something like that. Like if King's Landing and Rome were kind of mixed, it'd be very similar to this. Good lord, Steven. Roll an intelligence check.
Just gonna piss
Fuck's
outside.
sake.
Yeah. 12.
Good enough. You start to think maybe you heard somebody fall down the well. Maybe somebody really drunk.
Well, I go to the well and look down.
And there's a dude, like, barely, like, paddling the water. He's... He
Is
can't
there like
scream. There's a bucket
there
that
a-
goes braid rope. It's a very used rope. It would support a full-grown man.
I'll jump down there and carry him up.
What? You're gonna jump down the well.
Down the well.
Think about what you just said, Steve. How are you gonna get back?
Hand on the
Why?
ground.
Then we're gonna
All
have
right.
2 people to rescue.
Alright, well...
How about some road?
No, well...
No, he's jumping down.
Tell me what
Yeah.
you're gonna do, Steven. This guy doesn't have long.
I'm jumping down the well and I'm getting him up.
Alright, well it's a 30-foot fall. You're gonna need to be small, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to try and arrest your fall so you don't land on him and hurt him.